Hi everybody, it's Patti and Debbie from Print and Pixel Studio, and today we've got a project. This is not a new technique, it's been around for years, but I guess we're kind of slow to the party because we've never used it before. But we had a lot of fun with it. We kind of like goofed around with it last night, came up with some ideas here, and that project is using glossy accents. I don't know why we've never used it before. We've just kind of never thought of it, I guess, huh, Deb? Yeah. But anyway, we saw a few videos of people using this glossy accents, and we thought that looks like you could get kind of some neat looks, you know, for your journal and stuff, or cards. Greeting cards would be fun. So we got a bottle of it, and we started experimenting with it. Let me just start out by saying that this is not a process, if you don't have patience, that you want to try, because you do have to let it dry overnight, basically, to get a good set for it. Last night I made some, and I got impatient, and this is one of them. Fortunately, it came out fine, but I got excited for it to get done, and I went to move it, and I stuck my finger in it, but luckily for me, it refilled in itself so that you don't even see it. But look at the cool look you get. You know, it's so gorgeous. It really brings out the colors in your graphics, but you know, you could use it on magazine pages. I was thinking I'd like to try some book pages and stuff with it. Don't you think that would be kind of cool with book pages? You could decoupage on your piece first and then go over it with the glossy accents. That would be really neat. I wonder what would happen if you use the napkin technique with it.
We're gonna have to try it because we've got napkins galore now.
I know, we're the lucky campers now. But yeah, that would be fun to try on there. There's just a lot of things you can do with it, and our video today basically is going to tell you what happened when we started experimenting with it, and we didn't really have any fails. At first we thought, oh, this isn't right, you're not supposed to get bubbles, but let me tell you, we learned to like them because they give the effect. This is a little guide to kind of like, you know, you could tie him to a page or a bow or something. If I get his little key back on where he's supposed to go. You can do all kinds of things with them, is what I'm trying to say here. I don't know why I can't get that to go back. But anyway, you get the idea of that, and you can just hang it from a page or a pocket or, why aren't you going back?
Here, give it.
Because I have him upside down? I don't know. Anyway, there he goes. Okay. Hang it from a pocket or a page. You can put it on the cover of your journal. You know, all kinds of stuff you can do with it. But anyway, here's one of the first ones we did, and Debbie made this one. And we thought when we first looked at it, and I don't know if you can see this in the camera or not, but it has, I'll tell you what it has. In my past life, I used to be with a glass artist, and this looks like antique glass. It has little tiny bubbles all through it, and we were kind of disappointed when we first saw it, but as it sets up, I'm telling you, it looks like that antique window glass that's so expensive to buy now. We really prefer this look to the smooth, don't we, Deb? I thought so. It gives it a real vintage look. We loved it. So that being said, you know, most of the videos that you see, they go, oh, don't want bubbles, you don't want bubbles. Well, you don't want great big bubbles. But if you get these little tiny bubbles, don't worry about it because it gives a great effect. And let's see, what else did we do? Oh, yeah. So then we thought, well, let's try it on some tags and use it to accent the design on the tags. And here's one that we did. And as you could see from the reflection and stuff, we just did a few of the pieces on the tag so it wasn't too much. But it gives a really good look. It's really cute and adds something extra. And here's another one. Now on this one we just did the main flower, And that too looks really good. You know, so it's up to you. You can just do all kinds of experiments. Is this showing up in the camera? Is it? Okay. You can just, you know, use your imagination and go for it and do all kinds of different things. Here's another one that we did. And this one we took, I think this is a piece from our Postcards from Paris group. And it's like a little, it's actually what it is it's a replica of a little brooch. And so anyway, we just cut that out and put the gloss on there and tied it to this tag. And it really, really adds a lot. It's really cute. And then we did, you know, regular rounds, the same like we did there. And the idea we had for this was you could take a 2-inch circle out of your design and do it in the glossy accents. And then what we had thought was we could take it and glue it over the design, line it up so that it matches just perfect. Let's see, this one actually has a little, yeah. So that it matches just perfect over the design on the regular card. And then, you know, maybe put gold ink or something around the edges and then glue it on there, and it gives a cool look. Or cut a circle out in your card, or whatever shape you're using, and when you put the card together with the backing, put this on, glue this to the backing, and have it show through the circle on the front to give kind of a 3-dimension look. But that's, we're gonna try something like that in another video. But today we're just gonna show you what you could do. You know, give you some basic ideas on what you can do. And let's see, and then the little tiny ones. I will tell you this, the little tiny ones are much easier to do, of course, than the larger sizes. The bigger the piece, the harder it is to not get bubbles. But like I say, in our case, that wasn't a problem. We liked the bubbles. But you can see how you can get a super clean looking, just almost like a, what are those marble, half marble things that you buy to put over stuff, you know?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like that. This one was a fail only because, well, one thing, I didn't get the glossy accents clear to the edge on this one. And also, for some reason, this is the only one that the colors ran, which is weird. I don't know why.
Huh.
Yeah, it's the same ink and everything. I don't know, but this one ran. So I will tell you this, that, well, I'll show you, I'll talk to you about that when we put it on. But anyway, oh, here was another idea. So here's a little dangle that we made out of one of the little small ones, and we attached it to the bottom of the page with those little clips that you can get for, you know, those little jewelry clips that you can get for necklaces, or for, you use them on book, what do you call them? You know, book.
Ribbon ends, they're called.
Yeah, ribbon ends. Hildy and Joe ribbon ends. I think we got these at, did we get these off of Amazon? I think, because that's where we could find the small ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think they have them at
Michael's has them.
Hobby Lobby,
Yeah,
and those
yeah.
places.
And you just crimp them on with pliers and they come out great. But what a cute look, you know?
These are actually from Joann's.
Oh,
Our
okay.
other big ones that we got.
Gee, I wonder how long Joann's is still going to be around. I keep seeing stuff
These are the
about them
ones we got
closing.
from-
Oh yeah, here's the
Amazon.
ones we got from Amazon. We'll link all this stuff below in case you want to buy anything. But that is really a cool look. I think you could, I think you could do a lot with this. It'd be fun. Okay. Oops. I don't think I turned my phone off.
I don't know where it is.
I don't either. I think it's in my purse.
I heard
I
it.
don't know. I don't think my husband will be texting me. He's into the Super Bowl thing.
Oh,
But I
yeah.
guess that doesn't start till 6:30. Okay, so I guess we'll go ahead and get started, and then we could kind of explain how this works. I'm sorry if this is kind of scattered. The first thing you want to do is you want to back your card with some kind of a sturdier backing. Like we used a Kleenex box, and we stamped out 2 circles in this case, but whatever size you're doing, you want 2 of them. of the Kleenex box or cereal box or something like that, and glue those onto your main design, because when this stuff starts to dry, if the paper isn't on a strong enough backing, it will start to curve. Not so much on the little ones, but on the big ones for sure. So you want to make sure that your backing is heavy enough. So 2 pieces of, a lightweight packaging product, like Kleenex or cereal boxes, works perfect. Okay, so here we go. Keep your fingers crossed. Also, it was so weird. Last night when I finished using this, I noticed there were tons of bubbles in here, and I thought, oh no, how did that happen? But now this morning, see, they're gone.
Yeah. I know that.
Did you notice that when you were using it?
No, but I noticed somebody mentioned on one of the videos that you're not supposed to squeeze the bottle, because then when you squeeze the bottle, it sucks in the air to the bottle.
How do you get the stuff out if you don't squeeze it?
You're supposed to just let it run out.
Oh my gosh, I don't think my life expectancy is that long. I mean, come on, really?
Well, maybe if you cut the tip off
Let's
a little bit more.
Well, okay, so it's coming out. All right, so here's the secret to this that we learned. When we first started doing it, we ran the tip right on the paper. But as we started, I shouldn't have stopped. Can they see, Debbie? Okay. As we went further with this, we realized that you don't want the tip to touch the paper. And you don't want to pick your bottle up. You just want to keep going. And then you use it kind of like you're coloring. I'm hoping that you can see this. You use it like you're coloring. And the secret is don't pick the tip up. Just keep going. Don't worry. Don't think about it. Just keep going. And make sure that you're getting along the edges. And just keep going back and forth, and you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm getting so much stuff on here. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. Do not pick the end up. That's the secret to this. And just keep moving until you're sure everything is filled in. And you'll be able to tell on most of the papers anyway if you have any places that don't have any stuff on them. And I don't know how that happens, but you'll see there'll be like a pit hole there, and there won't be any glaze on it. So just keep going. Don't think about it. Just, keep it moving. Don't pick it up. And try not to hit the paper, because that's where somehow we notice that bubbles come in. Okay, now, here's the next thing. Oh, I see I missed a spot over here. When you're done with it, go off the page. Don't.
Your edge.
Huh?
Your edge here.
Well, I'll have to use the pencil. See, it's hard to tell because you get so much glare. I mean, you have to have light, to see. And I can't go back now, because if I go back now, we're going to get bubbles. So what you do is you take a needle and just try not to touch the paper. Just try to move the stuff around till it gets to the edge where you want it. See, I can't tell it from here. Is this where it is?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's hard to tell. And it's hard to tell because there's such a reflection on... How about over here? Is that okay?
A little bit here. And then this whole edge.
This whole edge?
From here.
Oh, shoot. Okay, that's what I mean. You get such a reflection that you can't tell. It looks like it's covered, but then it's not. All right. Pick up your needle every now and then and wipe it off with a handy wipe. Because if you have too much stuff on your needle, that'll cause it to get bubbles. So like I say, this is not a speed project, but you get such a great end result to it. Here, I can kind of see it from here. And you just lightly push that stuff to where, what?
I was going to say, if we spin your thing.
Okay, go ahead, because I can't tell.
See
Oh,
it.
see, okay,
that
I can
whole
see
edge?
here. Yeah. Okay. This will be easier when you're doing it yourself, and you can actually be more in control of it than I am here, trying to keep it in the camera and stuff. But anyway, just lightly pull that over to the edge. I can see I missed quite a bit here. Because of the light, it makes you think you've got it covered. Come on, buddy. Just keep pulling. Don't be afraid. I mean, if stuff happens, you can always cover it with something. Like last night when I stuck my finger right in the middle of it. But this stuff is pretty forgiving. Yeah, see, it's easy to move. Just take your time and don't worry about it.
On this edge.
Over here?
Yeah, you want me to spin it again?
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, great.
These are lovely. I love
Oh, I'm getting tons of these. We got these, I think, if you watched our video last week, see where we got these at the dollar store. And I love them for inking and everything.
Yeah, and they wipe off so nice.
Okay, how does that look on your side?
Pretty good there.
Huh?
And then there's some little teeny tiny ones right on this side. I'll spin you again.
Debbie's in charge of quality control. Okay, so like I say, just is that one there? I can't tell. Is that one there?
No, I think that's.
See, that's it.
paper.
It's I know, that's another thing too. Sometimes it's a paper. How does that look to you?
Pretty good. I think just on this edge right there.
Right here? Okay. And keep that handy wipe handy, because that's the secret to not getting bubbles. Too much stuff on the needle and it'll start to cause bubbles. You don't want those great big bubbles. Those little tiny bubbles that we showed you on that first piece is fine, but you don't want anything. That looks pretty good,
It's
doesn't
really
it?
good, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So that's it. I mean, it's not hard. It's just that you need to be kind of careful with it. Now, here's the other thing that this handy wipe is good for. You want to make sure, I'm sorry, I got out of camera there. You want to make sure that you wipe the end of your bottle off, because the tips, the inside of the tip is easy to clog up. So then take your needle and just kind of go up and down in there like this. Okay, take him out and then put the lid on right away. Now let's see if we're getting any bubbles in there. Nope, no bubbles.
Good.
Yeah.
Did you squeeze this time? Or?
No, I didn't squeeze this time. Well, I did kind of, because I
Kind of a
mean,
little
it
bit to
won't
get it
come out.
started,
Huh?
But it doesn't look like many bubbles on that either.
I don't see any from
Yeah,
this side.
no,
And it looks
no, I
pretty
don't see
covered.
any.
Yeah. So let me hold this up to the light. Now here's the next thing I learned, and I think
Careful,
Debbie did
don't-
too.
I did.
What?
What? Go ahead.
Oh, what were you going to say? About moving it?
Moving it, and then it flipped. I dropped it, and it flipped up and down.
Yeah, that's what I did too. And I dropped something on one of them. But the thing too is, you want it wherever you made it, leave it. Because if you pick it up before it's dry and move it onto another something, paper or something, it has a tendency to curl. That's what I noticed. Did you notice that with yours?
No, but I did mine thicker. Remember, I had done one we tried on a piece of wood, like a round wood
Yeah, right.
thing, and that one, of course, didn't work.
Yeah,
But,
somebody had said something about do it on a piece
I
of
had
wood, but
already-
no, don't.
had double,
Yeah.
thickened my
Right.
backing to it, so
Yeah.
it wasn't. As long as you have thick enough backing,
Right.
it doesn't work.
Now, let's see, which one was it that worked kind of on me? Okay, here's one that I could show you. I'm putting this over here because I don't want to drop anything on it. Now, let that set overnight. You'll see that it starts to dry, what would you say, 2 or 3 hours?
Yeah.
But you're safer to let it dry overnight, and I mean, that's not bad. But this one, you can see, it kind of warped a little bit. I hope you can see that. Let's see. I don't know. Well, it's not bad, but there's a little bit of warp to it. Because I didn't back it with 2 pieces of the cardstock, or the card packaging, I only did it with 1. And it works, but you're better off if you use 2 pieces of the tissue box or cereal box. Then you don't get that warping. Here's an example. Oh no, that's not it. Where is it? Where was that one that we had like her that had the gloss on it? That one. What happened to her? Is she over there? I wanted to show you what could happen if you don't let them dry enough. Well, that's okay. I can describe it. If you don't, when you glue your design to the cardboard that you're going to back it with, let that dry really, really good. Either, you can dry it with a hair dryer, but make sure it's good and dry, and that it's super tight around the edges. Because if you don't, is that it? Yeah, okay. If you don't do that, and I don't know if you could make it out in here or not, but the paper started to pick up here. So you have like a ridge there, kind of like a speed bump type thing there. And so you want to make sure that before you put the glossy accents on, everything is like bone dry, and that all the edges are totally secured, so that way your edges don't pick up and you don't get that waffly type feeling to it. That's what we learned with these. So, and here's the one that I stuck my fingers in. But anyway, 2 pieces of cardboard on the back, and make sure everything's tightened down. Let the glue that you've used to put all the pieces together dry really, really good, and then you can start with the glossy accents, and you won't have any trouble. So it's pretty easy to do, and you get some really, really great looks, don't you think?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I don't know.
Fun.
Yeah. And you can see now and another thing you'll notice is it's pretty milky at first, but don't panic, because when it dries, it's at first you think, oh, this is not good. This looks terrible. But as it dries, you can see it's like glass. And so it's fun to experiment with. But I think of all of them, this is my favorite, the one that we thought was a bummer.
Yeah, that was the first one that
Right.
I made, so it's
Yeah.
kind of rough, but
But it's great.
like it.
I mean, it really is. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah,
There's
she's
something to be
cute.
made for imperfection, because it does. It looks so much like antique glass that I can't get over it.
yeah.
Yeah. But I did see, and we didn't try it, but I did see on Ranger's webpage that one of their demonstrators used this glossy accent with a stencil. They had colored a background of a paper and then taken a stencil and filled in with glossy accents, and then took like a piece of like a credit card or something and scrunched it down. And they got bubbles and stuff, and it was no big deal. There was no, they got imperfection, and they said, expect that. That's not a problem. So, on these, we didn't get any bubbles. They came out fine. And like I say, I think, and I don't know how Debbie feels about it, but I think the smaller the area, the easier it is, of course, to get
Probably,
perfection
yeah.
with it, if you think that's the perfection. But we like this. But anyway, that's how easy it is. There's really nothing to it except just taking your time and, experiment with it. And you probably, the first few times, you're going to make boo-boos. We did. But it didn't take long till we figured it out. This was all we did.
Yeah.
And so it doesn't take long, but let it dry for sure. Let it dry overnight. You'll be the happiest, don't you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's hard because I'm impatient and I want to
That's
use it.
right. That was me too, and that's how I made mistakes. And like I dropped something on this one because I kept wanting to see how they look, and it left a, you can't even see it now. That's how forgiving this stuff is. It left a little boo-boo there, but now it's all, as it dried, it flattened it out. So, you know, just have fun with it. And I'm sure you guys could come up with a lot of other ideas that would be a lot of fun to do. But I want to try some of these because I think this is adorable. I love this.
Yeah, it is cute.
Yeah. So anyway, this was a short little video, but we thought it was, you know, worth mentioning and showing because I'm sure there's other people out there like we are that, you know, haven't tried it yet. This was our first experiment with it, and we had a lot of fun, and we'll be using it again. And I guess there's also, we didn't buy any of it, but I guess there's one that crackles, which could be interesting. Yeah, I saw that on the Ranger website. You might go there if you want to, you know, they have a YouTube channel. Check it out. We'll put it in the link, and they kind of like teach you how to use their stuff. But anyway, I guess that's it for us today, but we're going to be putting up another video here in shortly. We got the greatest little Happy Meal from one of our viewers, and we're thrilled to share it with everybody. So that's going to be our next video. Thanks for coming by.